now. 89X presents Lincoln College basketball on 88.9 FM and streaming live from the iHeartRadio app.
The Lynx tonight, and it seems like we've been a lot better on the road since we're always constantly on the road here in this one. However, though, Adam Hoffman, Nick Jackson with you as usual here, kind of a little loud in this one. I might want to turn myself down. No wonder why I could hear myself so clearly. But again, about 7 minutes before tip-off here, Lynx 14-7. Your Tigers of Olivet Nazarene 14-5 coming in. So both teams looking for that 15th win on the season. Now, Adam, let's talk about the game just a couple nights ago. Haskell, a 68-67 loss in that ball game. Again, and Lynx led by 13 at halftime. Kind of came down to the end here. Lep had a full timeout here with about 8 seconds or so to go. Had a chance to win the ball game. Does not use it. They do get a shot off. However, Trayvon cannot make it. Again, it would have been nice to see him hit back-to-back game winners in back-to-back games. However, though, what was your takeaway from that game?
You know, the timeout, it could have been taken, but, sometimes you just got to let things play out. Sometimes you just got to know, I can trust my guys in this situation. I think Lep does. He really trusts his guys, especially Trayvon, in the clutch time moments. But, we haven't really been that game really didn't seem like we played that game like we usually play. It seems like we came out really flat. We were up about 13 at halftime, and then we come out in the second half, and then just nothing went right for us. They threw a box and one on Trayvon, so he was kind of shut down for the second half. But really, no one else really stepped up and scored for us.
And it'll be interesting to see how they play here tonight coming out of that loss, a game probably they should have won. But, again, it's been a while since we saw Olivet, and they did beat us the last time around 90-89 in OT back in the Jack D. Nutt Arena. That game was actually November 6th, and it was a tough one for the Lynx. They went to 2-2 on the season. That was back when the Lynx were still trying to find their identity here in this one. Much different team, much different scenario here on the road. So, Adam, how do you have to stop the Tigers here today? Because it was definitely tough to do in the Jack D. Nutt Arena.
Yeah, I think, they're really – their best player is Nick Reed. I think everyone knows that. He comes in averaging 27 points a game. If we stop him, I think we have a pretty good shot at stopping their whole team. Not many other guys on their team can really step up and score in those big-time moments. So, you shut him down, then we might be able to shut the whole team down.
And he did have 36
and 17 boards against us, too.
Yes, 36 and 17 in that ball game against the Lynx the last go-around. He was 10 for 22. None of them were from the threes. He actually went 0 for 4 from behind the arc. So if there's a kryptonite for Mr. Reed, it's the three-point shot. He actually didn't hit any. However, though, you don't want to send him to the line either because he was 16 of 17 from the free throw line, and that's, pretty easy to get 36 points when you get 16 of them free like that. So, again, it have to be interesting to see how they stop him today. But, again, for the Lynx, though, the last time they played, it was Trayvon Tyler who dropped 23, but really the big key there was Latham had a good game as well. But Freeman coming off the bench had 13 points. Maybe see that again here tonight?
Yeah, maybe. It depends on how many minutes he's going to play here down the stretch because, this might be one of the games where we need to leave Trayvon in for the whole game. And we've done that a couple times this year. Really, the nail-biters, Trayvon, he won't come out because, he's that valuable on our team and we need him in the game. So, it kind of depends on that. We could run an even smaller backcourt, with Crumble and Freeman and Tyler on there, too. But you never know what Coach Lep's going to do, and anything that works really is what we need.
And it'll be interesting to see what happened now in this ball game. Olivet Nazarene University hosting your Lincoln Lynx here in this one. Tip-off in about 3.5 minutes or so. So real quickly, Adam here in this one. 8-game winning streak was just snapped. Again, our last actual loss came back December 1st against Indiana Northwest, where we just came from, in overtime also by 1. So could have gone particularly an 8 or a 10 game or a 9 or a 10 game winning streak in that stretch. However, though, in that stretch of games, you saw the Missouri Valley win. That was a 1-point victory. The Missouri S&T, the NCAA school, where they really kind of set the tone. And this is where the Lynx kind of started finding their identity. Robert Morris, St. Xavier, St. Francis was nationally ranked in that. College of the Ozarks, who we just played, was nationally ranked as well. Governor State was a big win for us as well. Those were the 8 teams, and they were all different 8 teams. It wasn't the same 8 teams that you've continued to see here like we've seen again for the second time Olivet.
Yeah, it's not the same team over and over again. But, this Olivet team, they're no joke. They're really good. And we have the film that when we played them the first time, so we can go back and, look at things that we messed up on, maybe things we need to clean up here or there. And the team definitely did that. I mean, every team watches film, but, I think the key to us winning this game more than anything, I mean, we can get to your keys here too, but, we have to outrun them. They're very good in transition. They're not the best defensive team. I mean, and we have the potential to be a really good defensive team, but we're just not showing it right now. So, we have to outrun them and play really good defense against this team.
Now, if I could I'd add one more. I think I like your keys to the game right there in this one. One more I'm going to have to add here is the Lynx struggle on the glass against every opponent that they've really played. No matter if it's a win or a loss, it seems like they get out-rebounded by 1 or 2 in a win. But when they lose, it seems like they get out-rebounded quite heavily. And the last game against Haskell, yes, they should have won that game. We both agree. But they got out-rebounded 51-33 on the glass. And you're sitting there going, how does somebody, when you have somebody like Julian Powell, who's 6'9", 6'10", just a physical athlete underneath the basket, how do you let something like that happen?
Yeah, and you have, that goes into starting the 4 guards like that, but, it works for us. And you also have guys like Tyron Wright, J.J. Turner off the bench who should be able to really come in and rebound the ball really well for us. And L.J. Johnson, he's a really good rebounding guard for us. He had 7 rebounds pretty much both games over the weekend, so, he's very capable of doing it as well. So, we just need more guys to just crash the glass. You can't just always get that fast break dunk that you're looking for. You need to do the simple things to win the game.
And it'll be interesting to see if the Lynx can regroup and do those simple things here tonight. They are a much better road team than they are sometimes in the Jack D. Nutt Arena. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Lepp's squad will respond after a tough loss like that. As Olivet, they're coming in. They're riding a 6-game winning streak too. So the Lynx trying to snap their own winning streak as well after theirs was just snapped at 8. So it should be interesting to see. We're going to take a quick break here for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have some teams and kind of compare the two teams also along with the starting lineup. So don't go anywhere. More Lincoln College basketball coming your way right here on 89X.
I'm little teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn earrings today.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Michaela's got the best earrings.
Sarah, buckle up.
I wish my name was Michaela.
We're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
It can be tough getting through to kids, but it's your job to make sure they're wearing their seatbelts. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. This cat makes me make art. He's always motivating me to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. He's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Keyboard Cat, YouTube star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Start yours today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom. I had no idea how hard it would be and what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and ways for me to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics, but also information about the hurdles I was facing. Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
My son Aiden has asthma. Secondhand smoke has triggered his asthma so badly, he ended up in the emergency room and spent multiple nights in intensive care. Now he's on a whole bunch of medications. My tip to you is, don't be shy about telling people not to smoke around your kids.
Half of U.S. kids are exposed to secondhand smoke. If you or someone you know wants help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
We're back here at Olivet Nazarene here in this one where the Lynx are just now getting announced here in this one. So let's meet them. Still no change here in the starting lineup for Coach Lepp's squad. Johnson, Crumble, Latham Jr., Powell, and Trayvon Tyler rounded out here. As again, Adam, you saw these guys play over break, so why don't you introduce them?
Yeah, for ONU, you have number 4, Dane Shopley, number 23, Luke Tuttle, number 25, John Conson, number 32, Nick Reed, who is pretty much their guy. You need to stop them. We need to stop him as soon as we can. And number 45, Alex Gross.
Now, that's the starting lineup. Like you said, Nick Reed's going to be the man to stop here in the ball game for the Tigers here in this one. But, however, though, what are the team comparisons here in this one? I know you got a few things circled. What is point sticking out to you?
I mean, these teams really are going to score about the same amount of points. I mean, they come in averaging 82 points, and we come in averaging 80 points. So, I mean, the teams are pretty similar. They shoot pretty similar from the field, only about 0.7 difference. And really the big glaring issue to me is we're not as good of a free throw shooting team as they're just about 80%, and we are not even 70%. So and that definitely needs to improve if we want to win this game. But I think we're a better defending team than they are, and I think we really need to expose that early.
And you did hit it right on the head. This Lynx team coming in on the defensive side of things, they know what they're doing on the defensive side of the basketball. It's just sometimes they get a little too carried away on the scoring side of things now. And you're sitting there going, well, how? Because they have 4 scorers out on the floor at all times, 5, even if you count Montez Crumble, who we've seen have a few big games here for the Lynx. However, though, what do they got to do offensively here tonight? Just because we know that this is going to be a back-and-forth game. I know you want to talk about, you talked about getting ahead early here in this game, but what else did this Lynx team got to do? I think it starts with the leader in Trayvon Tyler.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to match up, because ONU runs 2 bigs pretty much at all times. They're going to run 6'9", Alex Gross, and also Nick Reed, who's about 6'5". So I'm just curious to see who's going to guard who. I'm assuming Julian Powell is going to guard Alex Gross. Just size matchup, they should be pretty good. But, I mean, Nick Reed, he's going to play a lot in the post, and we need a guy that's really strong down there. So I really wouldn't mind having Trayvon Tyler guard him. I think that would be a good matchup, star versus star. And I think Trayvon, he's very capable of playing down in the post. He's a strong guard, and I think that's the matchup that we really need.
Oh, it'll be interesting to see the matchup between Gross and Powell. Off the tip, it was between those two, and Powell wins it here in this one, so the Lynx will have the first possession of the ball game. Crumble now with it at the top of the key, looking right to L.J. Johnson, trying to drive in on Reed already. Puts a one up off the glass, but too strong there as the Tigers rebound it right there.
Yeah, the Tigers, they're really going to want to run. So you see number 23, Luke Tuttle, just immediately just sprinting on the floor as soon as they see that Gross is going to get the rebound. They're going to get a lot of touches, and they should get a lot of layups. They're how good they can shoot.
They do feed Reed down low. He was double teamed, kicked it back out to Content, though. Swinging around the perimeter now is... looks like Tuttle down low, back to Gross, bounce pass, one underneath, up and under move is in for Nick Reed as he's got the first 2 points here of the ball game.
Yeah, Nick Reed, if he gets started early, it could be a long night for us. Alex Gross, when he gets in that high post area, he's a very good passer out of the post, so we need to just try to get him in as many uncomfortable situations as we can.
Crumble right at the top of the key, drove right in left side lane and drew some contact. I don't think he was in the active shooting per se. I think he was trying to find somebody else, but they do say he went up for the shot, so that'll put Crumble at the line here for 2 shots.
And this is really a big key for us. I mean, if we knock down a lot of free throws, Crumble misses the first one right there. I shouldn't even say anything, but if we knock down free throws in this game, we're going to be in pretty good shape because I think they're a little slower than us, so they're going to start fouling us a little too happy here.
And this is a Lynx team that shot just 62% in the loss against Haskell in that one. He does make the second one, so 2-1 lead here for the Tigers. 19 minutes left to play in the half. Looks like now Shoffley bringing it up the floor, going over to Content, back to Shoffley. He gets a screen from Reed at the top of the key, looking left, swinging it around. Now it is Tuttle. Back now to Gross. Gross goes to the right wing here for Content. He's guarded by Latham Jr. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Now over to Shoffley on the left wing. Down low to Gross. Gross back to the top of the key for Content. He's trying to drive in. Right side lane, puts up a mid-range jumper and knocks it down. So Content also gets the mid-range jumper to go right there. And all of a sudden it's 4-1.
It was really good defense there by Latham. And on that last possession, I had to point out it's Trayvon Tyler on Nick Reed. I like the matchup.
Julian Powell takes a mid-range jumper from the baseline. No good. Off the front of the rim, just short. And these fans who are just got back into school today, they start class tomorrow, they're letting them know as Gross down low fakes the spin to the baseline and turnarounds back with the right-hand hook and knocks it down. 6-1 now in favor of the Tigers.
I mean, if you're Julian Powell, you got to be a little smarter than that. You can't fall for the pump fake every time. You know, you're not just going to overpower someone with your height in this game.
Latham Jr. with the three from the corner. He could not hit. In and out here for the Lynx. And it's a rough start here in the first couple minutes as it's 6-1 in favor of the Tigers of Olivet. Constant now backdoor pass to Tuttle, who is cutting towards the basket, and he's left wide open underneath. 8-1 here.
They're really just doing the fundamentals of the game, and that's really what's beating us right now. You know, need to be a smarter defensive team and just, you know, see the ball in the man at all times.
Latham Jr. now trying to drive baseline it. He loses it out of bounds. Looked like there was some contact, but again, not enough to call, says the official. And it's not a pretty good start here on the first couple possessions for the Lynx.
Yeah, it's really not a good start for us. And we really need to lock down here on the defensive end. You know, maybe throw a different look at him here just to get him off the rhythm a little bit.
8-1, 17:30 left to play in the half. Nick Reed now, whether he's guarded by Trayvon Tyler, gives it down low to Tuttle. Tuttle guarded by L.J. Johnson, now out to the right side corner for Content. Back to the right wing for Tuttle to Gross. Give and go with Reed. He lays it up and in on the other side as Nick Reed already getting things going here early for himself.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. I mean, they're going to get Gross in the high post, and he's a really good passer up there, so he's going to toss it down to Nick Reed.
Lynx now have it. Tyler takes a step back three from the top of the key. No good. Trying to bank one home, but Gross pulls it down. And all of a sudden, it's now 10-1. Here come the Tigers as a great pass there from Shoffley. It finds Reed, and it's now 12-1 as this is getting out of hand rather quickly, and Coach Lepp knew it. He calls a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I think it's a good timeout. We definitely needed it. We need to get something going for us. Nothing is working. And, I mean, we just can't get anything to fall. That's probably why, but we need to take smarter shots.
And it's interesting to see here. They've been kind of not really wasting the shot clock here, but you could kind of hear Coach Lepp tell Latham Jr. to drive it there, and it was there. It's just he kind of slipped there. Is there anything that you've seen so far that can help the Lynx on the defense or on the offensive side of things, because the Tigers aren't doing very much?
You know, I think they need to attack Alex Gross. I mean, he's a bigger guy. He's a big guy. I think you need to put him in pick and roll situations, you know, get him moving. Because, I mean, Julian Powell, he's a better athlete than him. He's probably quicker than him. He definitely could jump higher than him. You know, the strength might not be on Powell's side, but, you know, you need to get Powell involved in the pick and roll. Maybe he can open up some lobs for us or just some dunks just to get us going.
See what Coach Lepp drew up out of the timeout. 12-1 lead for the Tigers. The Lynx desperately need a bucket right here. Trayvon Tyler has it at the top of the key, gets a screen from Powell, goes to the left of it. Now back to Johnson. Johnson staying at the top of the key, trying to drive in on shot play, turn around, spin move, right hook. No good. It was there, but just could not corral the floater, and it's rebounded by the Tigers.
Yeah, that was a good look there by L.J. Johnson. Just it couldn't fall for him. It was a good look. I don't mind that shot at all.
Shoffley now guarded by Crumble as he goes to Gross at the top of the key. Down low to Reed. He turned around, spin move right over Tyler. He could not hit, though, from the baseline. Powell pulls it down. Outlet now to Latham Jr. He's trying to drive in on Content. Instead, he picks up his dribble. Back to the right wing now for Tyler to set up the offense. He's guarded by Shoffley. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes a screen from Crumble. He goes to the left of it, trying to drive in. Left side lane, count the basket and the foul as Trayvon Tyler going to go to the line for an and one opportunity here. And that's something that the Lynx needed right there to get the scoring offense going here in this one. As we looks like we have some subs here for the Lynx. Latham Jr. and Montez Crumble check out for Bogan and J.J. Turner.
I think it's really just for size and defense, too. I think you need someone in there to really body up Nick Reed. I think that's going to be J.J. Turner for sure. I think that's the best matchup.
And also, Vaughn Jr. came in there for the Tigers along with Gavin Griggs. He checked in for his first minutes as well here. And yet again, it's 12-4 now as Tyler knocked it down.
Yeah, L.A. Bogan just needs to follow John Content just everywhere he goes. He's a good shooter. You cannot leave him open for anything.
And Griggs to the top of the key for Reed. Good ball movement here by the Tigers as Content now has it. Griggs with it now, swinging around the Content down low to Reed, who's guarded by Turner. Back to the top of the key and Tuttle for three, and he's left wide open, and he knocks it down. And that's kind of when the Lynx problem here so far. We saw it in the game the other day against College of the Ozarks as L.J. Johnson drives baseline. It was blocked. They say it was tipped, and then Powell with the offensive rebound. The putback was there. He couldn't finish.
Yeah, you need to finish down there, I think. I mean, especially if you get a rebound right under the basket.
As we have a foul going against the Lynx right here in this one. I believe J.J. Turner is going to be called for a reach as Content was trying to drive to the basket here. And I know this is a Tigers team that's on a 6-game winning streak, but they too also look like a different team than the last time we saw them.
Yeah, I think they're definitely more dimensional. I mean, they're shooting the ball pretty well to start the game. I mean, I don't even know if they've missed a shot yet, but I mean, that's definitely going to cool them off just a little bit.
And they inbound it now to Content. Content backdoor pass there to try to get Tuttle, but he could not hit. But Griggs is there for the putback. He could not hit as well. Johnson pulls down the board here for the Lynx. He's trying to go coast to coast. Bounce pass one to Tyrone Wright, who just checked in for Powell, and he lays it up and in. Too easy there for Wright. And I'd love to see kind of Wright get a few more minutes here.
Yeah, I think Tyrone Wright, he should play for this game. I mean, he's a big guy, and he can really run the floor. He's very long and lanky, so he's kind of tailor-made for this kind of ball game.
Johnson tipped that one out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers right here. They'll inbound on the sideline with 24 on the shot clock. Reed will throw it in. Throw it into Content. He's at the top of the key now on the right wing. Picks up his dribble over to Vaughn Jr. Gives it down low to Griggs. He turns around with the left hand and somehow got it to go over J.J. Turner. Good defense, just sometimes better offense.
Yeah, it was pretty good offense there. It was a simple move. I think we should have saw it coming a little sooner there.
Turner now with it, trying to drive in left side lane. Good move there, and he draws contact. Could not make the shot on the opportunity, so he'll go to the line for 2 shots. But really, that's been it here for the Lynx. They're just trying to find some offense here.
Yeah, they're really denying our outside shot here early. I think the only one we've shot was Trayvon Tyler, but it was really from deep, so you need to get some better shots.
As Freeman will check in here for Johnson. Thought he was coming for Trayvon Tyler, but he does check in for Johnson. 10-point lead for the Tigers, 17-7 after the first made free throw there by Turner.
I think bringing in Freeman like that just gives us more of a defensive edge. I mean, yes, L.J. Johnson, great offensive player, but not the greatest defensive player. I mean, he's more just an offensive guy.
And 17-8 now in favor of the Tigers as Reed goes to the rack. He cannot finish. Ball's loose on the floor, and it's somehow saved into the hands of Bogan. So here they come. The Lynx on the outlet pass. Tyler now to almost traveled with it as he finds Wright now to Turner on the top of the key, or on the right wing. He's trying to drive in. Drives baseline. A little too strong on the up and under move right there. No foul called. Not happy with that as the Tigers going to slow the pace down and just walk it up the floor.
Yeah, we really need to lock up on the defensive end. Yes, they're making every shot, but, they're getting open looks. We need to get a little better on the defensive end, just polish it off just a little bit. We get a steal right there, though, so that's good sign.
Tyler took it away from Griggs. He's trying to go coast to coast here. He does. Puts one up. Can't get it to go. The Lynx bench wanted to foul, but it's saved by Tyler as it was tipped in the hands of Turner. As he finds Freeman in the corner, over to now to Wright down low. As he finds Turner. Turner has it poked away, but gets it right back. Somebody wanted to walk, didn't get one, though. Tyler with it on the right wing from the parking lot. He knocks it down. Trayvon Tyler, again, everybody says we should take those type of shots, but he can knock them down.
Yeah, when it's him shooting it just at the end of the shot clock like that, it's not a bad shot at all for him.
17-11 now. 13-13 remain here in the first half. Tigers still leading the way, but the Lynx trying to close in here in this one. As a lot of people standing in front of us here, we're on the floor. Tuttle had it at the top of the key. As now Vaughn over to Reed. Reed give and go with on the right wing there for Content as he lays it up, and it seems like this is a Tigers team that loves to go quickly, but Tyler on the other end takes the long three, no good. Freeman trying to tip it back out, but it goes right to Griggs, and it's a one and done yet again there for the Lynx.
Yeah, not a smart shot right there. I don't like that one at all. It was a 4-on-1 fast break with Trayvon Tyler, and he comes down and decides to shoot the long distance three. It's just really not what we need.
Content tries to take the long three. The long rebound ends up in the hands of Freeman as he'll try to push the pace right here in this one. 12.5 minutes left remain in the first half. 19-11 lead for the Tigers. As Freeman goes to the left for Bogan. Bogan is on Reed to right at the top of the key for three, and he knocks it down. And I know the Lynx needed some offense. Not a particularly good shot, but it went in, and that's what the Lynx will take.
Yeah, we need any points that we can get right here. We're going to see Ternard Bynum check in on our next break. Haven't really seen him. We did not see him at all over the weekend. I think he's probably going to come in here for Trayvon Tyler.
as they feed Griggs down low. Looked like he got away with a walk instead of turn around right hook. No good. And Turner pulls down the board here, and now Content going to pick up a foul right at midcourt for trying to swipe behind his back right there in this one. But it'll be interesting to see, as you said, here comes Ternard Bindum into the ballgame. We have not seen him in a long while, and as you said, he did not play over the weekend, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with his minutes here.
Yeah, I think he needs to be a good defensive player for us, and he's a pretty good ball handler as well. So, he's a good backup here for Trayvon.
He actually is going to take the inbound here in this one, as now it looks like the official scorer gonna try to. I don't think they knew exactly who the foul was on, but they do say it was on Content. That's his second.
There was a shot clock. They decided to put it at 25 instead of 30.
Either way, 19-14 lead for the Tigers here in this one. Just under 12 minutes to play in the first half. Bogan with it on the right wing to Freeman. Swinging it around the perimeter to Bindum. Now to Bogan in the corner yet again. He thought about driving in, puts up a floater, couldn't get it to go. Now loses it. Ball's loose in the air, but Tyrone Wright comes down with it. He can't move his pivot foot there. Now he picks up it as it's 19-14. Back out here to Freeman. Freeman trying to drive baseline from the right side. He's denied, though, by Gross, and it's into the hands of the Tigers. Here comes C.J. Smith now with this one, and interesting calls here so far early in this ball game, as not much has gone for the Lynx here in this one. Schauffele takes the step back three from the left wing. No good. Turner goes up big for a big rebound right there. Outlet now to Bogan. To Freeman. Freeman now trying to drive in. Up and under move. No good. Wright is there for the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Bindum in the corner. He's trying to drive in. Now puts up a floater. Gross denies that one as well. Turner wanted a foul, but nothing's been called so far.
Yeah, Gross is just too big down there, and he's just going to put his hands up, and it's going to be a foul. It's going to be a block pretty much every time.
And Vaughn Jr. now with it. He knocks down the three, but we have a foul away from the basketball. And they do say count it. So we are going to possibly see. Well, we'll see what happened here in just a quick second. They did say count, or they said count the basket. They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet. However, the foul was away from the basketball, and the Tigers will get the ball back. So it'll be interesting to see here what the officials. So there they go. They did say that it was good. That was the most interesting calls we've seen all year. This is another 4-point opportunity, or possibly a 6-point opportunity if they could get another basket right here.
The foul was going against, or it was Ternard Bynum trying to get position on Alex Gross. I'm not seeing how the shot should be counted. It was pretty much as he was shooting it was the foul called.
They tried to throw it into Gross, but Gross tips it right back to Schauffele, and it seems like when you have all the luck in the world as the Tigers do right now, you just cannot miss, even on a bad pass like that.
Yeah, it was exactly what they wanted to do. We were doubling Gross off the inbound.
Right now with it at the top of the key, the Lynx need a basket here desperately. He drives in right side lane, and he's blocked by Gross, and this time, finally a late whistle, but a whistle was blown, as I believe Gross is going to pick up his first right here.
Yeah, he's going to pick up his first, I believe. But that's exactly what Tyrone Wright needs to do. He needs to attack him off the dribble. He's not as quick as Tyrone. So, he's just going to go. He's just going to try to pick up a foul.
You got to like what you're seeing out of Tyrone Wright here so far. Getting a few big rebounds here. Made a free throw right there. Getting to the line. He's knocked down a three. He's playing some good minutes here for Coach Lepp so far.
Yeah, he's playing some good minutes, definitely. We're going to see. L.J. Johnson back in the ball game, along with Julian Powell.
Interesting to see who he comes in for.
He's probably going to get it. Yeah.
He actually comes in for J.J. Turner. I think Wright's played enough to earn a spot out there, to stay out there, I should say. And it's 24-16, 10.5 minutes left to play. This Lynx, by far not the greatest first 10 minutes that they've played so far this season.
Yeah, Crumble now on Schauffele, they're just telling him to make him work down there. They just need to make him dribble more than he's used to.
C.J. Smith took the three from the corner, no good, as Crumble pulls down the board, gives it to Johnson on the left corner. He's trying to drive in at the top of the key, out to Wright at the right wing. He's going to try another three this time, off the back of the iron, and couldn't get that one to go. It was almost there as Gross pulls down the board here for the Tigers.
If the pass was just there slightly earlier, and if Tyrone just would have shot it right off for the pass, it definitely would have been a better shot.
Schauffele goes right to the lane, and it seems like everybody, came down on him and still found a way to make the easy layup right there. Back to a 10-point lead, 26-16 now. Here comes Bindum. He's got it on the left wing, finds Johnson, the top of the key, 17 on the shot clock. Thought about driving in left side lane instead. Calls for a screen, goes to the right side of it, and that was right. Now on the right wing, he takes a step in just inside the three-point line, hits the front of the rim, and gets the friendly roll as it drops in. Lynx back within 8 here in this one, 26-18 now. Schauffele going to run it up the floor. 9:15 remain in the first half. Lynx a little slow start here. Schauffele, top of the key, down low to Gross, to Reed, who takes the turnaround right-hand hook. These guys are not afraid to shoot the basketball here in this one as the Lynx trying to run and gun. L.J. Johnson on the outlet pass, drives baseline and puts it off the glass and in.
Yeah, I think we're running pretty good down there, and L.J. Johnson, guarding Nick Reed down low and forcing him into a bad shot is a good sign for us.
As Schauffele now trying to drive baseline on Crumble. Looked like he got the mismatch. Crumble wanted to push off, but that got the crowd going there as Schauffele can little nice move on Crumble.
Yeah, Crumble he shouldn't try to go right back at him. You got to get a better offensive possession here.
And I think it is frustrating Crumble a little bit. He kind of gave a little look to the crowd there, but L.J. Johnson drives in right side lane. Count the basket and the foul. Once again, another late whistle here in this one, but it does get blown as L.J. Johnson going to go to the line here for an and one opportunity as Darnell Latham Jr. will check back in for Bindum, and I know Bindum didn't score, but that's some big minutes off the bench.
Yeah, he's definitely more minutes than he's used to seeing. Also, that's a second foul on Alex Gross. We need to attack him, especially when we get in the lane like that. He's going to be more prone to foul now just because he has the burden on his shoulders.
As LJ's free throw no good off the front of the rim and out. 28-22 now. Lynx back in this ball game. 8.5 to play in this first half. Schauffele with it, trying to go on Crumble yet again as he hands it off to Reed. Reed on right as he trying to drive in right side lane. Puts one up even through contact there. And sometimes these guys just get some wild shots to go. Crumble trying to go quickly as he puts up a floater. No good. Offensive rebound though to right. Looked like he was fouled. Didn't get it. Powell with an offensive rebound. The putback is in. So the Lynx do get the 2, but there's a lot of big contact down low so far.
There's a lot of big contact and there's a lot of blocked shots at the other end. So you think some of these shots are not actually blocked.
And Schauffele now give and go with Reed, who drives in right side lane, and there's the foul going against the Lynx this time around as J.J. Turner and Trayvon Tyler set to check back in here in this one. But kind of interesting, we've seen the same type of action down low, and this time it's called on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, we really have not seen that much contesting on the layup like that. So the first one that we really contested, going to get called for a foul. I think it was a foul. I think there was some body contact with it, but J.J. Turner, Trayvon Tyler come back in for Montez Crumble and Tyrone Wright, who's played pretty good minutes here.
And Nick Reed at the line went 16 for 17 in the win against the Lynx the last go-around. Misses his first right here.
That's a good sign to come. If he misses both of them, he does. So, maybe he's not as confident here coming down the floor.
Would love to see it the rest of the game as well, but I'm sure that's not going to happen. L.J. Johnson with it on the right wing, 20 seconds on the shot clock. He's trying to drive in left side lane, puts up a floater. Johnson wanted another foul, doesn't get it though. This time he makes the little floater, and it kind of seems like L.J. Johnson starting to get in a little bit of a zone. That's a couple drives we've seen out of him.
Exactly why I picked him. He's really had a couple quiet days, and I think this is finally his time to really go off for us.
Reed has it at the top of the key. He's trying to drive. Instead, he kicks it to Vaughn. Now into the corner for content. Back to Vaughn to the top of the key. Now for Vaughn Jr. And now that one looked to be stolen away by Turner. But yet again, we got a foul going against J.J. Turner. And again, this is a Lynx team. They're already frustrated in this ball game with the officiating, and they're only down by 4 here in this. And this is one thing that the Lynx I don't like that they do it too much of.
Yeah, we're only down 4 and calls are not going our way. Some of them might be wrong, some of them might be right. We never know. You can never get the good enough look at it, but saying that we haven't got that many calls but we're still only down by 4 is a good thing.
And they inbound and underneath their own basket. They throw it in to Tuttle, who puts up the shot, no good, but then Johnson and Powell were both there, and they both lose it out of bounds, so it'll give the ball back to the Tigers underneath their own basket with a fresh 30, and you could just say things are not going the Lynx way right here in this one. Vaughn, now to Tuttle to the top of the key for Vaughn Jr., and Tuttle, I believe that was Content, who knocked down the 3 from the right side corner, and it's 33-26 now. Under 7 minutes left to play. Lynx trail 33-26. Johnson trying to answer from downtown, and he does right there on the three, and it's 33-29 now.
This is LJ Johnson's game right now. You know, he needs to take over. We need to bring back, we need to get the lead back in our hands.
Tuttle over to Reed, who takes the three from the top of the key. No good. Latham Jr. pulls down the board here for the Lynx as he'll walk it up the floor as well. He thought about driving in, takes a step back, takes the mid-range jumper over Vaughn, and he knocks it down. So that's a good sign there from number 12.
That's a really good shot there from Darnell Latham Jr. Now we got the bench behind us right now. We need to get going here.
Now the crowd giving a little bit of support as well. But we have an offensive foul as J.J. Turner stood in there and took a charge on content here in this one. And now all of a sudden, momentum starting to shift back towards the Lynx. Here in this one, you have Tyler, Turner, Johnson, Powell, and I believe Latham Jr. on the floor here. And now we're going to see a timeout taken here by Nick Berkey in his first season as the Olivet Tigers head coach. And I think you need one here. The Lynx only down by 2, 33-31, with 6 minutes left to play in this first half. But Adam, let's kind of talk about here the first 14 minutes or so, really kind of the first 12 minutes, we should say. The Lynx are not in this ball game. The past 2, they're back in it here, down by 2. What can we see the rest of the way here in the next 6 minutes?
Well, we've really seen them in the ball game pretty much the whole game because they're just kind of hanging around. But now it seems like we're a whole new identity out there. It seems like it's a completely different team that we're seeing right now.
And it'll be interesting to see L.J. Johnson having himself a ball game here in this first half. Coach Led, do you keep drawing him plays to kind of go to him, or maybe would you like to see Julian Powell kind of step up now that Gross is out on the bench with 2 fouls?
If Johnson has the hot hand and he has the mismatch, go to him every time. It's going to be a basket every time.
See what the Lynx do coming out of the timeout. 6:05 remaining, 33-31. Tyrone Wright goes to the scores table to check in on the next whistle. Latham Jr. now with it on the right wing, trying to drive. Instead, he's got Nick Reed. He's going to back it up and set up the offense. Now he takes a step back 3, and he rattles it home from the same spot yet again. So Latham Jr. starting to heat up here.
Yeah, it's a really good sign for Latham Jr. He hasn't been hitting his shots as much. We just need to wall up on the defensive end, just get a stop.
They double team Nick Reed down low. They have to force Schauffele into a baseline jumper. He cannot hit short. Outlet now from Turner to Latham Jr. The lob to Powell, and it's tipped to save. He saved as Vaughn Jr. got a hand in on that one. Schauffele now coming up the floor the other way. Now to Smith, to the top of the key and Vaughn. Down low to Reed. Good move there, and with positioning, and it's a count the basket and the foul type of play, as Reed didn't look like there was much contact, but Turner not pleased, and Reed's going to go to the line for 1 free throw.
Yeah, Turner, that's his 3rd foul. He's got to pretty much stay out there the rest of this half. Tyrone Wright comes in for him, and also not a bad guy to come in for us. Especially with the defense of Turner has to sit on the bench now.
Coach Lepp getting an explanation from the official here in this one. Again, either way, though, Nick Reed had great positioning inside, too far down low to even get an attempt, but he does miss another free throw right there. 35-34 now in favor of the Tigers. Tyler looked like he was blocked. They wanted a foul. They didn't get one. Again, both officials just kind of run the other way. I'm sure everybody in this gym does not agree. And now we have a foul going the other way on Trayvon Tyler, and this is ridiculous right now here with the fouls and the officiating going there. I get that they're going to miss a few here, but again, there's been a lot of iffy contact down low on our side, and then some little contact down here that's getting a call to foul every time. I don't know if they're seeing the same game.
It's something that happens every basketball game. One team just kind of gets favored over the other, but I knew it was going to be an issue coming in here. It's a very tough place to play, and we just got to fight back through it, fight through adversity and just win this game.
And sometimes you have to beat more than just the team you're playing. Sometimes you have to beat the officials, too, here in this one. As that one, surprised they didn't call a foul there. Reed at the top of the key, going to have to take the long 3. He cannot hit. That ball's poked out of bounds, saved by Tyler. Outlet now to Johnson. Johnson runs over Reed. No blocking foul nor charge was called. And now Wright has to dive for it out of bounds on the baseline. He stepped out. Even Nick Reed's telling the official right now, maybe we got a little in his ear there.
Yeah, we definitely, there's something going on. They're just not calling the fouls that they should call, and they're kind of calling the ones that shouldn't be called. Even, some of the ones with us, too. Some of them shouldn't be fouls, and they got called. So, it's kind of a iffy game just for both teams, really.
Interesting how they did call that one way or the other, as not Gross, but Griggs trying to go in for it. He cannot hit. Wright pulls down the board here for the Lynx. 4:15 to go as they find Latham Jr. in the left side corner for three. No good. Griggs pulls down the board here. It's 35-34 still in favor of the Tigers as they come back the other way. Schauffele now to the right wing to Content, down low to Reed, who's double teamed, gives it back out to Griggs, who's trying to drive in. Now to Reed on the right wing. He drives in, bounce passes one to the corner. Now for Smith, who takes the three, no good. Powell trying to pick up the board. He cannot. Gives it back to Griggs, and he'll just lay it up and in for the easy two because nobody was home yet again. So this is some miscommunication here on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, definitely some miscommunication. We just didn't come up with the long rebound. All of our guys are running down the floor.
See what the Lynx have to answer. They're down by 3, 37-34, 3:30 left to play. Tyler with it at the top of the key, drives in, right side lane, puts one up off the glass, and gets it to go. Might have been too strong a little bit here in this one, but however, though, he gets it to go. Tyler now putting a little bit of ball pressure on himself. About got the inbounds, but instead they find Schauffele. 37-36 now in favor of the Tigers as Smith from the three on the right wing. No, as Griggs kips it to Reed. He cannot hit, and this time Reed cannot hit yet again. 0 for 2. Again, Adams over here, hands up, asking for where's the foul as L.J. Johnson now drives baseline, and he immediately sprints right to the official and hands him the basketball there. Interesting call, but again, Adam, what have you seen so far?
That's how you know L.J. Johnson doesn't like a call. You know, when he goes up there and just hands the official the ball. You know, he doesn't like the call. He's not going to complain about it, though. He doesn't want to pick up a technical. But, I mean, on our defensive side, I mean, we need to get them more into uncomfortable situations, you know, force them into bad shots if we really want to come away with a win.
As Smith has that knocked away by Latham Jr. They're trying to feed the big man Vaughn down low, and they do, as Julian Powell kind of gave him a little bit too much positioning inside, and that's not something you want to see from Coach Lepp's squad.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see. I mean, it just seems like Julian Powell's kind of getting bullied down there, but you can't give up that position.
As L.J. Johnson bounced past one to Latham Jr., they said it was tipped. As we didn't really see much there, however, though, they did not agree. 39-36, Tyler with it from the parking lot yet again and knocks it down. So Trayvon Tyler ties this ball game at 39 with 2:15 to go in this first half.
I mean, it's got to be him and L.J. Johnson really bringing back our offense right here.
See what the Tigers have for an answer. Schauffele with it at the top of the key, misses it, bobbles it as Julian Powell was there. Maybe the size just intimidated him right there. Smith with it on the right wing, back to Schauffele, almost threw it away. 9 seconds now on the shot clock. Vaughn from the top of the key, down low to Reed, puts it up and has it stolen away there by L.J. Johnson. Here come the Lynx on the fast break. Bounce passes one to Latham Jr. in the corner. Had Tyler all alone in the left side corner. Didn't see him though, as he's now holding it, trying to feed right down low. He does, somehow gets away with it, and there's a foul as Tyrone Wright goes up for the basket here in this one. Almost had it stolen away, but it ends up working out for the Lynx.
Yeah, it definitely works out. I mean, Tyrone Wright going to the basket for for two foul shots, I should say, but you know, we definitely need to clean it up on the offensive end. It seems like we're a little too sloppy out there.
And Tyler was wide open in the left side corner for three, but they did not see him right at the line for two as he does hit the first. So it's a 40-39 lead now for the Lynx, their first of the ball game here in this one. Wright does have one more free throw coming as the second one knocked down as well. 2 for 2 from the line goes number 25, Wright, as the Lynx lead by 2, 41-39, minute 35 left to play in the first half. Schauffele now with it on the right wing, give and go with Reed as they hand it off. He's guarded by Wright. He's trying to drive in, picks up his dribble, goes to the corner for Schauffele. Schauffele now dribbling around, picks up his dribble. Now they left Reed wide open in the corner for three, and he's going to rattle that one home every time and gives Coach Lepp a little bit of a look there going by.
I mean, we can't give him that open of a look. I mean, Tyrone Wright got caught up in the pick and roll and ended up falling down, but, you know, we can't give him that.
As L.J. Johnson yet again drew some contact. Coach Lepp wanted a body contact, didn't get it though. L.J. Johnson still makes it through either way as they feed Reed down low yet again, and now there's a foul going against the Lynx as once again Reed with the positioning down low, I believe, whether he's fouled or not, but he's so far underneath the basket there that it's almost like they're going to call that every time.
Yeah, they're going to call it every time, especially when Tyrone Wright tries to swat down at him. You know, you just got to put your hands straight up and make him finish over you. I mean, Wright is a taller guy, and he has really long arms. You know, just make him finish over you.
As Reed knocks down the first one right there. Ties this ball game up at 43. Has one more coming. That's only Tyrone's first foul here in this one. Team's 7th. As the second one by Reed in as well. So 2 of 2 after missing the first 3 there by Nick Reed.
Tyrone's going to have to play some big minutes, especially with J.J. Turner on the bench with 3 fouls. He's going to have to play some pretty memorable ones here.
We'll see if he can. Tyler with it on the left wing. Over to the corner now for Latham Jr., guarded by Reed. As he goes back to the wing now for Tyler, who thought about a 3 instead. He does not. 38 seconds left. He drives in, puts it up off the glass, cannot get it to go. The Lynx do have a 2-for-1 opportunity as the shot clock and game clock separated by about 6 seconds. 30 seconds on the shot clock, or game clock, 24 seconds on the game clock, or shot clock. I think I said that backwards. Either way, 44-43 now, under 20 seconds to play. 13 now on the shot clock. Here come the Tigers. They hand it off now to Tuttle. Tuttle swinging it around to Griggs. Griggs had shot play in the corner. Instead, he goes over to Tuttle. Tuttle catch and shoot from the right corner. No, off the back of the iron. Powell pulls down the board. 4 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. Tyler with it to the corner now to Latham Jr., but as it's batted out of bounds, as his time expired here in this one. And that is the most crappiest call I've ever seen, as there should be time left on the clock here, but they said that the clock expired before the basketball went out of bounds. Everybody in the gym knew that it didn't, except for, these guys here. But again, that's going to do it here at the end of the half. 44-43, and man, were these officials good in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something we got to fight through. I mean, they haven't really been afraid of either team, really. I mean, it's just unfortunate for us. It's something we got to fight through. And, we're only down 1, and we didn't get calls that we would usually get. And so I'd say that's kind of a good sign to come for us.
And it'll be interesting to see here as the Lynx, they battled back in this first half. They were down for a while, down by 10 or 11, just kind of hovering around there. It kind of seemed like the offense just was nowhere to be found. What did you see in those last 10 minutes besides L.J. Johnson kind of taking it over himself? What was some of the things that you saw on the offensive side here for the Lynx?
More ball movement and really just moving without the ball is really what helped us in that first half. It seems like we're right at the end of the first half, I should say. We didn't see it in the beginning there, but I mean, we're passing and then we're cutting hard, just creating more opportunities for us. And they're kind of sagging off on us as well. They don't think we're a near as good three-point shooting team, but we got to make them pay for those.
And the Lynx have had the open looks when they need to. What's one thing on defense that they have to do to stop Nick Reed? I mean, you see that he's getting almost inside the restricted area, setting up.
I mean, we've got to get stronger. I mean, you gotta not let him get position. I mean, we can't just keep fouling him because he's gonna make more than he misses. I know he missed his first 3, but he knocks down 2 at the end there. That's only gonna get him going. You can't give him position.
And we'll have to see here in this one as 44-43. Just under 14 minutes left to play before we start the second half. We're going to take a quick break. We'll have some stats coming your way in just a few moments, so don't go anywhere as the Lynx trail by 1 here at halftime, 44-43, as you guys are listening to Lincoln College basketball right here on 89X.
Not on my watch, our military service members say, as they volunteer to serve, as they move out, stand firm, and take fire. So not on our watch, we say, to the severely ill or injured veterans who can't get the care they deserve to live full and independent lives, even when there's no government funding or a nursing home seems like the only option. We won't leave one warrior behind. Not on our watch. Join us at findwwp.org.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You've messed up your daughter's haircut. Do you A, get spiritual?
Mom, where's the mirror?
Beauty is within. Oh.
B, find the positives.
Less time blow drying, more time texting?
Or C, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have to.
Twinsies.
I kinda love it. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood, or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is the 89X Halftime Show. My name is Daniel Sala. I'm here with the director of LCTV here on campus, Mr. Bud Broyles. How you doing, Bud?
I'm doing great, thank you.
That's good. So this is your first semester on campus, right?
Yes, it is. Uh-huh.
And what brought you here?
Well, it was an interesting event. I have Parkinson's disease, and through Parkinson's, I was pretty much in trouble. I couldn't feed myself. I was using a walker. I couldn't remember anything. I was tripping and falling everywhere. I was shaking so bad I couldn't move. And then my Parkinson's doctor actually changed my meds and my frequency of meds. And within 2 weeks, I started doing better. Then I got a call from John Malone here at the college asking if I'd be interested in coming out of retirement and just helping with the TV side. And I've been doing this for, 35, 40 years, and I said, absolutely, I'd love to. And it's worked out well. I've enjoyed everything. I try to take what I can remember in my experiences and try to give it to the students here.
Right, and what kind of experiences, what kind of work have you done?
Actually, when I was young, in high school, I took an EMT class at Illinois Central College. I got my EMT. I went to work for the city ambulance company, and my father was too. So between the two of us, we ran calls for a couple years and for the city of Peoria, and then we turned around and started our own ambulance company. And after about 10 years of that, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, burnout sets in. And I went into television news, just shooting accidents, fires, things like that. And one day, a news anchor, Peter Jennings, came to town, and Peter has passed away now from cancer, and he asked me if I'd like to do some network, and I said absolutely. And so I quit the TV station and went on, and then it seemed like every producer or director from that point on gave your name to somebody else. Yeah. And that's where I wound up doing things like I shoot cops on Fox Network.
But that was a blast.
Oh, yeah. We shot a couple weeks ago in Chicago.
How was that?
Oh, my God. It was interesting because I think we had 14 fatalities and shootings on
just
Friday, just Friday and
just
Saturday.
Friday, man.
And that was at nighttime, not during the day.
Wow.
And I've shot for NASCAR. I've shot for most of everybody but Trump. I've shot presidential interviews.
Wow. I
was on the stage with Reba McEntire and Garth Brooks. Whatever they did, I shot tight hand shots of players and things like that.
I'm sitting here with Bud Broyles on the 89X Halftime Report. And Bud, so that's awesome that you are still going out doing some freelance work.
Yeah, I am backing off of that because the college time is really adding up here. And
Right.
I need time to just sit down and relax between big shoots.
So are you enjoying your time here?
Oh, absolutely.
I know we love having you here for sure.
We've got the best students there is in this class, and I am so proud of them, and I'll help them any way I can.
You're doing a really good job because I'm in the TV program too, and I just enjoy learning from you as much as I can every day I'm around you. It's a real blast. So.
Yeah, I try to bring what I have learned in the last 35, 40 years to the table and show you guys, because when you graduate out of this class, you're going to go out in the real world with real cameras, real tripods. I want you to be ready for that. You can walk in any TV station or documentary house and say, I've did this, this, and this, and have a good resume. I don't want you to walk in and say, what do I need to get taught?
All right. Well, you're doing an amazing job, and I'd rather not have any other teacher. You're doing an amazing job, and we appreciate everything you do here.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you for joining me. And my name is Daniel Sala, and you're listening to the 89X Halftime Show.
Hi, I found a toy dinosaur over on the playground by Smith Street. It had this phone number on it, and, well, I just wanted to make sure the dinosaur made it back to its little owner.
When I found the little sippy cup, I just had to give you a call. It's for a kid, you know?
I know my son gets super attached to the smallest things, even a fire truck, and I'd be happy to drop it off.
We'd do anything for kids, yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Everybody buckle up. Mom. Buckle up.
Let's go.
Buckle up.
Can we go to the store? Mom,
buckle
can we get
up.
some ice cream?
Everybody, buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members or their families, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep them secure for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
Driving means
freedom,
exploration,
fun,
pride,
flexibility,
protection,
friendship,
escape,
independence.
Distracted driving means
danger,
recklessness,
irresponsible,
chaos,
police,
devastation,
injury,
death.
Safe driving means staying alert and staying alive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We're back here at Olivet, Nazarene, where at first it was all Tigers in that first half, in the first 10 minutes, but the second half, or the second 10 minutes, kind of went to the Lynx there in that one. I mean, L.J. Johnson had himself a pretty good first half as well, as the Lynx lead 44-43 here. Or, I'm sorry, they trail 44-43 here at halftime. I read it the wrong way. But, again, Adam, what did you see in that first half besides the officiating? We've already explained that enough times. But, again, what do you see out of the stats?
You know, we're not doing a very good job slowing down Nick Reed. I mean, 15 points, 6 rebounds. It just can't happen. You know, we can't let him score 30 points on us or else we're going to lose. So, I mean, I think the first time we played him, he had 21 at halftime maybe. So, you know, it's a little bit of an improvement, but, you know, it has to be better.
We'll talk about the positioning down low. I mean, he's almost past the restricted area, inside of it, almost on the line. I mean, how can you push him out of that just a little bit?
You got to get someone that is committed on the defensive end, and it's stronger. So, I mean, you just can't let him get positioning. I thought Trayvon Tyler was doing a pretty decent job at it. The only thing he was really getting his putbacks, or the only thing he was getting points on were his offensive rebounds and just putting it back in. But, I think Trayvon did a pretty decent job on just not allowing him the position. And at the end of there, they had, ever since I think J.J. Turner picked up his second foul, so they had him and then Julian Powell come over and double, which isn't a bad idea, when Alex Gross is out of the game. I think that's a decent strategy.
Now, you saw that they attacked them in that first half and made them sit with a couple fouls, and that's really when the tide really started to turn there for the Lynx. Do you have to do that early in the second half as well? I mean, I heard Coach Lepp kind of think about trying to go a couple bigs maybe here to start this second half. What's the idea here? What's your game plan here for this second half?
We don't necessarily have to match their size. It would be nice if we could, but I think we can outrun them with our guards. But we need to get stops if we want to do that.
Interesting to see here, just about a minute or so away before we get this second half started. Both teams no longer shooting, and we're ready to go here in this one. But again, one improvement though that I did see in that first half, and you circled it right there. Lynx out rebounding the Tigers right now on the glass, but how long do you think that will stay up, and how long does that need to stay up for them to come back and win this game?
Well, I think they out-rebounded us because they pretty much made every shot that they took. So, we had to get offensive rebounds. We had 5 offensive rebounds in that first half, and it's got to be better for us, I think. I mean, that 5 rebounds is a lot of offensive rebounds, but we need it. We're taller than them, we're bigger than them, or we're more athletic than them, I should say. We're not bigger than them, but we got to get better on the offensive glass, just trying to get those second chance opportunities.
It'll be interesting to see here. We're getting ready to start this second half, as it will be Tigers basketball here to start this one. 44-43 lead for the home squad, as it will be Tyler, Wright, Latham Jr., Powell, and Johnson out on the floor. So no Montez. Crumble here to start this second half.
Interesting look, allowing Tyrone to start this second half.
As they already feed it into Gross down low, and he already had some good positioning right there on Powell, and he lays it up and in for the easy 2.
Yeah, Gross only had 2 points in that first half. This second half starting out strong.
Powell trying to go right back at him there, drives left side lane and puts it up off the glass and in. So Julian Powell showing that he can match the size here with Gross as well in this second half, which is you want to see more of.
And Julian Powell only had 2 points in that first half too, so it's good to see him get involved here in the second half, as they're going to get a travel on the other end. So another turnover here for Olivet.
A quick turnover there for Olivet, and the Lynx now trying to look for the lead. They had a 1-point lead early in that first half, but then kind of watched it dwindle away as Tyler has it at the top of the key, looking left to right, down low to Powell. Powell turn around right hook, no good. Reed pulls down the board here for the Tigers in this one. Schauffele now will run the point as he goes to Tuttle. I believe that was Tuttle. Might have been Content. Now to Reed at the top of the key. Now over to Tuttle. There he is on the left wing to Gross at the top of the key. He's guarded by Powell. Look for him to kind of drive. Schauffele now with it on the right wing. 13 on the shot clock to the top of the key. Powell and Gross have to switch. Give and go with Powell. Miscommunication there. Gross up and under move. No good. Too strong as Powell pulls down the board. Here comes Latham Jr. now back the other way to the top of the key now for Tyler. Tyler guarded here by Content. He drives in, dishes it to Powell. Powell up and under move, and that'll go. So Powell with the first 4 here for the Lynx.
It's a good pass there from Trayvon Tyler. They're collapsing on him when he attacks the basket, which they're smart to do. But, you're leaving Julian Powell there wide open.
And they're trying to feed Gross down low. Powell getting a little bit more physical here in this second half. We'll love to see if that could continue late into this half as well. Shot play, bounce passes one to Gross, down low to Reed. Give and go. And Reed almost looked like he was fouled by Wright, who was falling, but either way, they don't call it.
I think that definitely was a foul there on Tyrone Wright, but, they let it go. Maybe they're just going to kind of let him play here in the second half.
As now we have a foul as Tyler trying to drive baseline here in this one. And I think it's interesting. Finally, Coach Lepp moves out of my way so I can see it. He's been standing there the entire game, and I think he does it on purpose sometimes. Yeah. Here he comes right back. As now off the inbound catch and shoot from Powell, and not a good look there from Julian Powell on the outside corner.
He's very capable of making that shot. That's just not the shot I want him to take here this early.
Schauffele now with it. 48-47 lead for the Tigers. And Content now has it down low to Tuttle. Down to Gross. Gross across the court pass now, but has it stolen away by Tyler. Tyler thought had the fast break, but had to wait for Wright to get out of his way. Now Latham Jr. in the corner for 3. No, too strong as that board is pulled down by Tuttle. Here they come now. Schauffele with it. 17:30 remaining here. He's met by Tyler. trying to feed it down low to Gross, but Powell trying to read the pass, and had it almost stolen away, but now we're going to have a jump ball as Gross and Latham Jr. in there with the tie-up, and the possession arrow goes to the Lynx as they'll get the ball back right there.
It's a very nice defensive play there from Darnell Latham Jr. He notices that Julian Powell, he reaches for the pass. He tries to get the steal, so he's there for the help side, just trying to get the ball.
And it looks like the Tigers now switching up to a little bit of a 2-3 zone here to see if maybe the Lynx can get some better looks. As L.J. Johnson with bounce passes one down low to right. Count the basket and the foul as Tyrone Wright had 9 in that first half, giving himself a game here in this one as he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, that's also the third foul there on Alex Gross, so he's going to be done here for a while. That's exactly what we need, to attack the basket. He's not liking the call down there, but, that's kind of what we were dealing with there in the first half.
And Wright with the free throw. And knocks it down right there. 50-48 lead now for the Lynx, and I believe this is their largest lead of the ball game at 2.
Yeah, only 2 points. That's about it. So we haven't really had much.
Lynx still in that man-to-man. Vaughn Jr. now with it. Gives it to Reed. He'll take the three from the top of the key. No, too strong off the back of the iron. And Powell pulls down a huge board there for the Lynx as he outlets now to Tyler. Tyler kind of dribbling it at the top of his head over there as he takes a step back three from the left wing. No good, too strong. Johnson pulls down the board, but now the ball's loose on the floor. He regains control of it. Their content might have had a piece of that one. Latham Jr. now on the right wing with Tyler, who's driving baseline, tried to throw up a little alley-oop type of pass / alley-oop there. It worked out for the Lynx as Tyler puts it in.
Yeah, we're really looking good right here to start out this second half. It seems like we're just playing more physical, and I'm really enjoying this right now.
As Chaffley kind of trying to juke everybody on the floor, ended up juking himself out of his own shoes as he steps on the baseline and falls down. Maybe even
and the ankle. Yeah, the ankle was twisted definitely right there, so he's going to take a seat. That's pretty much their starting guard right there. He's definitely their best ball handler. He's going to be out here for a little bit.
He's definitely quick. We saw him kind of give Crumble a little bit of an ole there. Tyler almost right there as well, just on the spin move. 52-48 now in favor of the Lynx is right. Down low to Powell yet again. Have to work on Vaughn. He's double teamed as he dishes it off now to the corner for Johnson. Johnson from downtown, and he knocks it down. L.J. Johnson had a good first half as well. He's heating up here in the second. 55-48 now, under 16 to play.
Sorry to interrupt there. I was kind of distracted there by the bench, but the bench is definitely getting back into it right now. Get another steal there on Nick Reed from the double, so definitely looking good, better on the defensive end.
Tyler had that one poked away. Latham Jr. comes up with it. Tyler now with it on the left wing, goes right around Content, but he has it stripped away by Reed as well. But the Lynx do get back on defense, though. However, Latham Jr. trying to go for the steal. Content now with it to Griggs. Down low to Reed, but there's a foul underneath. There's, I believe, right. Maybe Powell kind of bumped him a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely a foul, and I think it's a good foul too because we still had guys coming down the floor. I'll give up that foul any day. Tyron Knight only 2 fouls, so nothing really to worry about. But they're doing a pretty good job just containing him here in the second half, but it needs to continue.
And you can hear Coach Lepp yell no lob here this one, and they did do a smart play there. But Content trying to take a long three and didn't even look good off the hands. Wright pulls down the board here for the Lynx. Here comes L.J. Johnson now with it on the right wing. He's guarded by Griggs as he drives in, takes a step back, trying to bank it home. He could not. Powell trying to go for the rebound, and now is going to get called for the loose ball foul there in this one. It didn't look like much, but Adam, what did you see here? Obviously, you didn't like the call, nor does Coach Lepp.
I don't like the call at all. I mean, it was a loose ball, and he's going for it, and they're holding him away from the ball. It's not a foul. It's not a foul, especially not on Julian Powell.
Again, so Powell will pick up his second, only the team second here in the half as well. Just under 15 minutes to play. 55-48 lead here for the Lynx as the Tigers have it at the top of the key. That is Smith. He picks up his dribble, trying to feed Vaughn down low. He does. No look pass out to Content at the top of the key. He drives in left side lane, trying to put one off the glass, and the floater goes there for Content, and now a timeout taken here by Olivet just to kind of slow the pace down here a little bit. But again, you can see this Lynx team first man out to greet these guys is J.J. Turner. Even though he's got 3 fouls, he knows that this is a big game here for the Lynx.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get some minutes here soon. But, you got to just keep your head up. Julian Powell just kind of looked a little frustrated after coming to the bench right there. But, that foul on him, yes, probably was a bad call. But, you just got to shake it off. It's in the past now. We're still with a 5-point lead. We just got to keep building it.
And if you're Coach Lepp right now, you got a free timeout here to kind of discuss some things. Are you trying to tell him, hey, be calm and be patient on the offensive end? Or do you just keep saying, hey, just keep doing what you're doing, the offense will come?
I think we just need to keep running. I think that's where we're finding our success. And just, we're going really quick, and I'm really enjoying it because I think we're outrunning them, and that's what I said pregame there. That's what we need to do to win this battle. That's what they like to do. We're doing it just a little bit better than they are.
And as of right now, out-rebounding them as well. So doing a couple of the key things right here so far. As you see, they have a 5-point lead. 55-50 now as the Lynx have the basketball and the lead. Wright trying to feed Powell down low. He does. Out to Latham Jr. in the corner for three, and he knocks it down. So Latham Jr. starting to heat up from behind the arc.
That's a good sign for the Lynx to come. If Latham Jr. is knocking those down, that's just another guy that we got on our team that can knock some shots down.
Wright steals that one away and then saves it from going out of bounds in the hand of Johnson. Here comes Tyler now, trying to go coast to coast, dishes it off the Powell down low, underneath, reverse layup, no good. Johnson pulls down the board right there, and it's a fresh 30 as he bullet passes one down low to Wright. Reverse layup is good, and now a timeout taken here by Coach Lepp's squad as they have a 10-point lead. It'll be a 30-second timeout here, and after Coach Lepp, what are you telling your team here in this timeout now up by 10?
Just keep the pedal to the metal, You just got to keep it going. I just got to say, Tyrone Wright, what a homecoming for him. Not a homecoming, I should say, but just an outbreak. We have not seen him get that many minutes, but he's getting them right now, and he's really making them useful, and he's playing super good right now.
You talk about proving a point here on trying to earn your spot back. This guy was in the starting lineup the last time we saw Olivet at Nazarene. And then, since then, we have not seen Tyrone Wright all but maybe 5 minutes, maybe in each game, if that. And now he steps up here in a big way for the Lynx.
Yeah, really, some of the games that we're playing, he just kind of he doesn't really fit the kind of game that we're trying to play. But, in this kind of game, you need a guy that's going to guard Nick Reed all the time, and you need a mobile big man that can run the floor, and that's exactly what Tyrone is.
He's also, every now and then, he'll give you that outside shot, too, as he's got one in this ball game. As Vaughn down low to Griggs, but it's over his head and out of bounds. And the Tigers now look a little frustrated here, out of sync a little bit, as LJ Johnson and this Lynx team trying to run and gun, as you mentioned.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the ball just in the basket as quickly as they can. They want to pile up as many points as they can. So that's exactly what they need to be doing. Maybe get a touchdown here for Julian Powell.
Wright has it now, just to the right of the top of the key as he finds Tyler. Tyler gets a screen from Wright as he goes to the right of it. He's now at the top of the key. 11 seconds on the shot clock. 10. Trying to feed Wright down low. Takes a step back. Fader on the baseline. No good. Reed pulls down the board here for the Tigers. As the outlets now to Content. Content back to Reed at the top of the key. Bounce passes one down low to Vaughn. Turn around left-hand hook. No, too strong. Johnson pulls down the board here for the Lynx. He's going to outlet, or he's not going to outlet. He's going to take it himself. Here, this one drives in left side lane. Throws up a lob. Powell was out of position, but still managed to catch and throw it off the backboard and in.
Yeah, definitely was a great play there from LJ Johnson. Coach Leff telling him to take it easy, but, he sees the hole in the defense. They're going to close in on him. That's when you lob it up to Julian.
And Smith now to Reed, who drives baseline up and under move is in. And I believe Trayvon Tyler, good no foul right there. Just let him have it.
Just let him have it. That's right. Just still up 10. We're going to get it up the other way.
As we have a foul going against Smith here in this one. Reed trying to say, hey, Tyler's been pushing off with his arm. We've seen that time and time again from Tyler, but this time it was a good no call.
Yeah, I think it definitely was the right call. Actually, they call a foul. They actually did call a foul on that play. It went against C.J. Smith. So, they're going to see pretty much starters back in here for ONU. They need something here.
Throw it inbound to Wright, who takes the three on the left wing. Fell as he was taking that shot. No foul called. However, though, Gross back into the game here for Griggs, so it'll be interesting to see if they beat him. They do down low. He's working on Tyrone Wright. He picks up his dribble. Here comes the double team. Powell is there, and it's stolen away by Tyler. Outlet now to Johnson. Johnson on Content. Up and under move is in, so L.J. Johnson finishing underneath, and all of a sudden it's back to a 12-point lead here for the Lynx.
I love the way we came out of the locker room. It seems like we're a completely different team.
And not just that, as Tuttle takes the three from the left wing and he knocks it down. He's wide open like that. They're going to hit that every time. But going back to what you just said, even the coaching staff looks ready to go here in the second half.
It seems like we're making the right play calls at the right time. And then Coach Leppy's, even the coach is looking good out there. He's calling the right plays and just to let our team succeed right now.
Wright has it at the top of the key. 64-55 lead for the Lynx as he hands it off to Tyler with 13 on the shot clock. He's guarded by Reed. He picks up his dribble out to Powell. Powell trying to drive in. Takes the mid-range jumper. No good. Tyrone Wright looked like he was there. Gross might have been over the back call as there's a jump ball as we have Tyrone Wright on the floor, but instead, beforehand, they call the timeout here in this one. Might have been Tyler gunning for it. I don't know who exactly called it, but the head coach wants an official word right down here, but it is a timeout taken here by Coach Lepp.
Yeah, I mean, this is a timeout taken. That's a proper call to do. I mean, you got to give it to Tyrone Wright again, just getting on the floor, just trying to get those second chance points, and we're going to come out here with the ball. And
obviously, Olivet not happy here with the start of this second half. I mean, first 8 minutes or so gone. They were leading the way in the entire first half and at halftime. It's now 64-55 lead for the Lynx here in this one. Now, we've talked about the urgency, the sense of urgency, not only just the players but the coaches as well. But what's something that really has stood out to you in the first 8 minutes of this second half that's kind of going, wow, the Lynx are in this game because of that?
Energy, really just energy and physicality. It seems like our defense is really kind of overwhelming them, and that's exactly what we need to be doing. Just because we have the athletes, we have the strength, and we have the running basically, and the defense is really something that could be something very special on this team. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we're looking at the roster and you're seeing all these athletes, and just all these guys that are really good defenders. And I remember talking to you even before the season started, saying this has the potential to be one of the greatest defensive teams that I've ever seen. And you agreed with me, and I think it's really kind of starting to rub off right here.
I mean, it is definitely starting to show. Even though they scored 23 points in that second half against Haskell, the defense was still there, and that's what really kept them in that game.
Yeah, that's definitely what kept them in the game, because really there was no offense in that second half. So, we got to just keep the pedal to the metal on the defensive end. Just do not let them get a good shot.
Lynx will inbound underneath their own basket here with 29 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get it into somebody. They throw it into Powell. Barely about at the 5-second mark as now Latham Jr. has it in the right side corner. He's trying to drive, takes a step back jumper. It is a 2, and he knocks it down as Latham Jr. Starting to get his groove back from the first half.
I love the talking on our defensive end. That bucket, it does not matter. You got to go down to the defensive end.
As Gross throws up a shot, I think Johnson might have got a piece of that one before he went up with it. Tyler pulls it down, and here comes Latham Jr. He's all alone on the left wing for 3. No good. Looked like an over and back call there. Lepp and Mr. Hoffman jumped out of their seat, but no foul was called.
Definitely was a push in the back right there. I think that definitely should have been called. But, I mean, they're kind of protecting Alice Gross right now, who has 3 fouls.
As Reed has it here, he's guarded by Powell at the top of the key. He kind of pushes off a little bit as well. He cannot hit either, and you could see kind of some of the fouls not being called here in this one. You got to like the officials. They're kind of letting them play here in the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're just kind of letting them play, because we're definitely the more physical team, and it's kind of showing here.
And otherwise, the Tigers might be outmatched here in this one. However, though, Wright has it at the top of the key. Over to Tyler. Tyler, guarded by Reed. Pump fake from the free throw line, goes to the left wing for Johnson, who drives baseline, almost batted it out of bounds. And L.J. Johnson yet again bounce passes one right back to the official and hustles his way back down the other end.
Yeah, he knew that he dribbled out of bounds. He probably thought he kind of got pushed a little bit, which there's probably some contact, just not enough to call, I'd say. Probably it's right call there by the official.
66-65, 10.5 minutes left to play. 11-point lead here for the Lynx over the Tigers of Olivet here on the road. And this Lynx team probably plays better on the road than they do at home, as Content with a shot no good. Saved by L.J. Johnson from going out of bounds. Might have been a foul there on Latham Jr., but no call as he has the ball right now. Give and go with Johnson, who takes the 3. It wasn't going to matter. There was a foul on the floor before the shot.
Yeah, so no basket right there. It wouldn't have counted, like you said. I don't even think he made it. I couldn't see it, but what we need to do on the offensive end, you need to just pass the ball. And they're going to come out in the zone. They're kind of switching from zone to man-to-man. So either way, you just need to pass and cut. Just try to get the ball in spots that they're weak in.
Latham Jr. throws it inbounds at Tyler. Tyler going to catch and shoot from the parking lot. This time he cannot hit, as we have a foul going for the basketball. I believe Tyrone Wright might pick up that one, but he's slow to get up as well.
Yeah, he fell on top of him. Nick Reed did. Tyrone seems to be all right. I think he's going to take a seat right here. Hopefully he's all right, because he's a big piece of how this game has been played so far.
You talk about he's had a big game as well here for Coach Lepp's squad. He's going to bring in J.J. Turner to check in for him here in this one, as even J.J. Turner as well has had some big minutes here for Coach Lev.
Yeah, and he's been sitting because of the 3 fouls, but he should be free to just kind of go right now. He doesn't want to pick up that 4th too early here.
And he's going to take the duties of guarding Nick Reed, so he's got a big responsibility here. Content goes to the right side corner for Tuttle. He puts up a floater, no good. Gross was there, still trying to go over the back. He does not get it into the hands of Chafflet, who drives baseline and then falls underneath. It didn't even look like anybody touched him. He just kind of threw his feet out and fell over on the baseline. It was a good acting job there by Chafflet as he gets the foul called.
There might have been a push there at the beginning, but he fell after the fact. He fell after there was, he was kind of pushed, and then he saw it, and then he got hit, and he fell. But Nick Reed's going to get the point right there to try to cut back into this lead.
They run that alley-oop, and they were well prepared for it in the first half, but could not get it in the second half. Here, 66-57 now in favor of the Lynx. Turner with it on the right wing. Bounce passes one down low to Powell. Powell working on Gross. Goes left, goes back to the right, puts it off the glass. No good. No foul called either as Tuttle pulls down the rebound here for the Tigers.
It's a good move by Julian, but you just need to go stronger to the basket.
As Content now drives baseline. Tyler was not there, but he could not hit. Powell pulls down the board here for the Lynx, and now this is the Lynx team. They're going to slow the pace down here a little bit, just under 9 minutes to play.
Yeah, I think you need to put Alex Gross in the pick and roll. That's exactly what they're going to do right there.
Tyler drives baseline off the glass, and you get it to go. Even Nick Reed was almost there, but Tyler finishes through contact. Tuttle with it on the right wing. Down low to Gross, who didn't go straight up with it because he thought Powell was already there. Powell didn't get back in time. Now Gross loses it after the made shot, and now we have a foul going against Gross on Turner, and it wasn't called in the first half. It's called here in the second, and now Gross and the head coach here for Olivet, they got a decision to make.
Yeah, 4 fouls, 8:30 left to play in the second half. Do you leave him in? And they're gonna take a risk. They're gonna leave him in for another possession right here. There's a sub coming to the score stand, but we're on offense right now. You got to go after him.
I think you got to try to get him out of this game as quickly as you can. Latham Jr., he's still on Powell here in this one, but Reed kind of guarding the double team there, trying to help him out as Turner has it poked away there by Chafflet. Content now has it. He's going to wait for the rest of his team to get back as Tuttle's driving the floor. He puts it up and in for 2.
It's all right. It's just you don't want to come away with the foul right there just if they're going to get a basket that easy. So, you just need to come down on the other end and just try to get a better look.
68-59 now underneath the basket. Powell is denied, though, by Gross. That is a big-time move there for Gross playing with 4 fouls like that. He says, I'm still going to do what I need to do, and that's block shots. 68-59, 7:45 left to play. Shot play with it at the top of the key out to Reed, who's left wide open for 3, and he gives it a little look and stands there, and all of a sudden you can hear the crowd behind us. Here come the Tigers. 68-62, 7.5 to play.
Yeah, we need to get a basket right here, or else we might want to get a timeout just to try to slow them down. You need something.
Tyler now trying to drive into the lane. Denied, though, by Gross. It looked like all ball, but I think that's his 5th, and that's going to be, if it's on Gross, that his night's over.
Yeah, there was a little bit of body contact, and that's going to be on Gross. He's out of the game. And he doesn't like the call, but Trayvon Tyler went head first into the bleachers, I should say. So he's a little shaken up after that, but that's a good play on Trayvon Tyler just to go at Gross because he's still in the game.
And that is his 5th, so it's interesting to see they're going
to do it after the first free throw.
They're going to do it after the first free throw, okay. And it'll be interesting to see here this one. Hopefully Tyler is okay. He's kind of holding that back of his head a little bit here in this one. And the official was giving a quick word to the head coach there for Olivet. But, again, I don't think it's going to matter. Gross can take a seat because his night is done. And right now, it could be with them coming back into this ball game, he could be a critical part down the stretch with him sitting the bench now.
Yeah, there goes the rim protector. I think that's really what we need to go. We really need to attack. They're getting the injury report there on Tyler, and I wish I could hear what they're saying, but he was running up and down, so it should be all right for him to come back in the game. Tyler makes the first free throw. He'll have one more from the line. Nick, do you hear anything there?
I didn't quite catch. I only caught the ending of it. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Lepp decides to bring him back in. I think they said that he was fine, but there just might be a little bit of a wrist injury there, but just some swelling. Other than that, I don't think it's going to be much.
Okay, so a wrist injury, really? That's really
what she was holding. I mean, maybe it was she meant the ankle with the with the type of joints. I'm not too sure. I didn't catch all of it. As it's 70-62 now, Reed trying to back down Turner with some good defense there. Schauffele with the three as he kicked it out. He could not hit the front of the rim and rebounded by Latham Jr. Here they come now the other way. Down low to Powell. Gives it back to Turner. Turner from the wing and knocks it down as he wears number 3 for a reason. As he makes a huge three right there, and it's back to a 9-point lead.
Yeah, we just need to keep the pedal down. We need to keep passing the ball like that. Giving Julian a touchdown low. That'll open up a shooter.
As Griggs underneath trying to go over the head of Johnson. He could not hit either, just a tad too strong. Tyler pulls down the board. Out to Johnson in the corner for 3. No, short, as it's rebounded by Vaughn and the Tigers. Shot play now, bringing up the floor. His ankle looks to seem fine after he twisted it there, as Latham Jr. got a piece of that one on the pass trying to fight Reed. And here come the Lynx back the other way as Turner pulled that one down.
I think Nick Reed's a little tired, coming back on the floor, and he's not used to just running up and down like this on the defensive end. They're definitely used to running on offense, but they're not a great transition defense team, and I think that's really what's letting us be in the lead like this.
73-62, 6 minutes to play now. 7 seconds on the shot clock. He's trying to drive in left side lane. Puts one up off the glass. Cannot get it to go. Reed tried to sell one there, but no foul was called as shot play still brings down the board. Turner and Reed now trying to fight for contact down low, and Turner kind of gave him a bump. Reed kind of fell over a little bit. That was enough to call the foul.
Yeah, J.J. Turner picks up the 4th foul right now, so this is a good look here for the Lynx. Bringing in Tyrone Wright. It's another guy that he can play some pretty good defense.
And as they throw it into Content, off the lob yet again. And now we have another timeout taken here by Olivet as they want to talk things over. 73-64, still a 9-point lead here for the Lynx. And we were trying to catch just a little bit of what J.J. Turner was saying, but, you saw the same thing we did. What's going on here now with J.J. Turner now with 4 fouls?
You just got to protect him if he comes back in. I think he should come back in, but maybe wait a few minutes. But, he's trying to say down there that, he's trying to get position. I'm going straight up. But, sometimes there's just a little too much physicality and contact down there to really just not get a foul called on you.
Again, trying to listen in here to Coach Lepp as we're only about, 4 feet from him here. I can see the whiteboard. However, though, Coach Lepp was preaching in that huddle as he's still talking right now, but we just need stops. Just get stops. And it's starting out, you can see it right there with Nick Reed. And I agree with you. I think he was a little winded coming back down the floor. He's not used to kind of this run and gun type of mentality, and that's something that they didn't see in the first game against the Lynx in Lincoln.
Yeah, well, he's definitely not used to the run and gun mentality for the whole game. He's used to seeing it, one side of the floor. I think pretty much all of their players are kind of feeling that same way right now. Just a little winded. We might be a little better conditioned than they are. Definitely better athletes, but, I think the conditioning is really helping us right here because Trayvon Tyler, it doesn't look like he's broken a sweat yet.
No, it actually doesn't. One thing, though, I will have to say, though, the Tigers, they got some shooters, though, so don't count them out here just yet. I know it's a 9-point lead for the Lynx, but you never know with some of these things that can happen here in this one, and especially against the game we saw the other day when the 0.8 seconds left and 2 free throws.
Yeah, just anything could happen. We need to just keep the pedal down. Do not let them get back in this ball game.
As, again, some more zone here by the Tigers as Tyler knocks down the 3 from the right side corner off the assist there by Tyrone Wright. And you'd love to see this type of mentality here. Lynx back up by 12.
It was just a simple play there. Flash Tyrone at the high post, and then Trayvon's going to move without the ball, and he finds a wide open corner.
Content takes a mid-range contested jumper with a hand in his face, rebounded by Johnson, as Latham Jr. starting to play some little bit better defense here down the stretch in this season. Tyler has it on the left wing. 20 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to back out and set up this offense.
Yeah, you got to set something up. You got to get a good shot here.
Tyler thought about a step-back 3. Now picks up his dribble, finds right at the top of the key. A better pass. He might shoot that. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Johnson now with it on the right wing. Gets a screen from Wright. 4 seconds now trying to drive in. Give and go with Wright, but has it stolen away in the hands of Reed. He has a 1-on-2 fast break. Latham Jr. now guarding him here. Reed sees the mismatch, trying to drive in. Spin move, baseline. Denied, though, by Powell. But the second go-around Powell hits him on the arm, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
Is well defended on the first go-around on the original spin move. Powell went straight up, and he tried to avoid the body contact, and he did come up with the block. But, you got to keep playing good defense. I mean, he's under the basket, like legit under the basket, so he's going to have to take a kind of a wild shot to get it up into the hoop. So just go straight up. It's going to be a tough shot either way.
As he does knock down the first one right here. That's only Powell's third. Team 6, both teams at 6 fouls apiece so far in this ballgame. 4.5 to play, 76-65 in favor of your Lynx. But Reed at the line, and you don't want to give him 2 easy ones because you don't want to see him put the ball in the basket and have him slowly start getting into this game.
You definitely don't want to get him heated up. We've done a pretty good job of keeping him quiet here in this ballgame, but you definitely don't want him to heat up here late.
76-66, 10-point lead now for the Lynx as he lobs one to Powell. Powell wasn't really paying attention for it, still gets it and puts it up. Cannot finish, though, but does draw a foul. So Powell will go to the line for those 2 unorthodox free throws.
LJ, the pass, it's got to be there. He about made it. He about wedged the ball in between the rim and the basket as well. But, you got to make that pass a little better. He has a little guy on him. So, you got to get that pass just over his head and perfectly into Powell's hands, because that's probably a dunk.
I agree with you, but I would rather have him be way too long than short, because you know who's standing there waiting if he's short, and it's Nick Reed, as Powell cannot make either one here in this one. 4:11 left to play. Lynx up by 10, 76-66 here in this one. As Smith has it, and now Tyler, they're going to call a foul on Trayvon. Trayvon was like, hey, what did I do? He just started dribbling, but I believe, with someone like that, you can not take those chances like that with Trayvon.
It's just physical defense right there. He literally plays this way every game. I'm not sure why they just have it in for him. That's exactly how he plays defense. He's been playing it for the whole game this year, or for this whole game. So why right there, I'm not sure.
Smith knocks down the first one right there. I love what you told him, though, with how this crowd really gets kind of nasty. They kind of get at some of the players. And somebody like this is not somebody they want to go after, because he just makes him play at a whole different level.
Yeah, I think if they really try to get in his head, this game could be over sooner than you know it, because he could go off at any time.
And you also heard them say it on the bus as well. I think they were kind of saying Nick back there, but we all know that it was you that was telling them all that. They didn't remember, though, however. But it's your full credit to you.
Yeah, I'll take credit there, definitely.
Tyler with a baseball pass to Johnson, who takes one step into the three-point line and knocks it down right there in this one. Big shot there by L.J. Johnson. I believe the foot was on the line. Yes, they do say the foot was on the line. 78-68 now, a 10-point lead, still 3.5 to play here. Adam, we know that this is going to come down to a defensive type of game. We know that the Lynx have what it takes on the defensive side of things, but what do they have to do really defensively here in the next 3.5 minutes to keep this where it's at?
You really just got to stay disciplined and not foul. You can't put them at the free throw line. They average 79% from the free throw line, so they're going to make a lot more than they miss. But they might start fouling us just because we're not the strongest free throw shooting team. And if that happens, you got to give it to your strongest free throw shooter, and hopefully they make them both.
Now let's switch over to the offensive side of things here for Coach Lepp's squad. And it seems like we see down the stretch that, when we're in this 3.5, 4-minute mark, that they kind of hold the ball for the final, the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, and then kind of just go from there. Do you think this time they should do the same thing? But really, we haven't seen a lot of set plays out of that. So I feel like if they're going to do that, they should have a set play.
Well, I think there's 2 different scenarios with it. If they keep the 10-point lead while doing it, I love it. You got to keep just wasting time. You don't want to come out here and just waste as much time as you can, but you got to score. If they don't score and they start giving up points on the other end, I'd say just ditch that plan, because it's not working for us.
We saw in the girls' game of the Haskell game where they were still shooting the College of the Ozark game where they were still shooting threes left and right. They didn't take the foot off the pedal at all, no matter what the score was. I feel like sometimes the Lynx got to do that as well, as they do get the Tigers get a basket coming out of the timeout right there by Con to make it back to a single-digit game.
Yeah, you just got to keep the pedal down at this point right now.
See what the Lynx want to do. 78-70, 3:14 to go as Tyler feeds Johnson, drives in right side lane, puts one up off the glass, no good. Powell with an offensive rebound, put back is in. So Powell really quiet in that first half. not quiet here in the first, or the second.
I think that's maybe 6 or 7 points for him in the second half, so it's definitely a better half there for Julian Powell.
As Tigers have some good ball movement here. Latham Jr. now taking the charge of trying to get on Reed.
Got to go into a zone here.
Looks like they are. Reed trying to tips that one right into the hands of Johnson after the missed pass. Ball's loose on the floor, and Johnson still comes away with it. Adam wanted a foul, so did Coach Lev. It looked like one, but Johnson's still able to keep possession.
That was one of the most obvious foul calls I've ever seen, and they still didn't call that one. I guess they thought it was just playing physical defense, but Nick Reed kind of just dove on top of L.J. Johnson.
I mean, we've seen kind of few. Turner knocked over Reed, and then no foul was called, blocking or charging as Tyler drives in, gets it, can't get it to go. Powell is there. He misses as well as it's pulled down by Vaughn. 80-70, 2:15 to go here in this one. Powell's got to get back underneath, but that pass there to Reed was a little too high, and it throws it right into the hands of Johnson here in this one, and now slowly walk it back down the floor.
Yeah, just waste clock. You know, if we keep the 10-point lead, you know, just waste as much clock as you can.
Johnson now with it at the top of the key. He's got Smith on him, and now we have a foul going on Smith here in this one. And you can just see now that Gross is out, this team is much smaller, and they cannot hang with Turner, Wright, Powell, even Johnson at times underneath the basket.
Yeah, I mean, it seems L.J. Johnson has a ton more rebounds this game than I've ever seen him take. I mean, it seems like he's getting a defensive rebound every time because Powell and Wright are doing a good job boxing out. They're good rebounders. That opens up LJ to just go after the ball.
His career high is 7. I would love to see what he finishes with here in this one as Johnson knocks down the first one right here. Again, he had a pretty big first half as well. Interesting to see where he can go in this second half of the deal. Don't know exactly how many points he has, but he's got to be around the 25-26 mark, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's been playing a great game, so just hopefully he can make another free throw here.
As the second one knocks down as well here in this one, but now we got a full timeout taken here, I believe, by Coach Leb. And just before, I know this has nothing to do with the game, but I love the fact that Coach Leb went to grab his soda to take a drink, and then he's like, no, I'm going to put it back down, and then he calls a timeout. So maybe he's just waiting here. He had something that he thought of just by grabbing the Coke bottle there. You know, sometimes that happens.
Just an epiphany.
Yeah, just never know, and he's got to get it out to his team right then and there. We'll see what he draws up here, but you can see he's banging on that board. He's trying to get that intensity level and that fire back up in his team to keep that, because we saw that second half against Haskell. It was not there to be, or at all to be found.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the effort was not there in that Haskell game. It seems like these guys really want this win here tonight. You know, definitely want revenge for what they did to us on our home floor, and just playing in a tougher environment like this set a lot of fire under some guys' heads.
And this is definitely one of the most toughest environments that we have seen in the NAIA, where we have traveled. Here, the student section's back here in this one, and they were into the ball game there for the entire first half. I mean, since it's kind of been a 12.9 to 12-point lead for the Lynx, they've kind of come and go, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, they haven't had much to really cheer about, really, because for the last couple of minutes, just because their team has kind of come out flat. I think really the Alex Gross fouling out was the best thing that could have happened for this Lynx team, really, because there goes the rim protection. He had, I think, around, it only says that he had 1 block in that first half, but I know he had at least 2 or 3. So, I mean, he was their rim protection, definitely, but having him out of the game just opens up the basket for us.
As Julian Powell's going to be the man to take Nick Reed here in this one. Looks like Content now bringing up the floor, hands it off to shot play. Back to Content in the left side corner for 3, and he knocks it down even with a hand in his face. Good shot there by the Tigers to kind of keep him within striking distance. 82-73 now, minute 35 to go. They're trying to pressure the inbounds here. Bounce pass there from Johnson to Latham Jr., who drives baseline, and he just lays it up and in as L.J. Johnson kind of quiets the crowd right there.
Yeah, it was a good pass, and it was a good finish there.
And this is a really good Tiger team as Chaffley goes to the rack, and he finishes through contact as well as he throws it into Trayvon Tyler. Minute 13 to go, 84-75, 9-point lead for the Lynx. Still no foul just quite yet. Here comes C.J. Smith, but Tyler stalled all the way. He's trying to bait him as much as he can, but Content's going to have to get a little closer than that. Here comes Nick Reed for the double to the corner now for Latham Jr. They had Powell running the baseline all alone.
They had him for the oop, and they didn't get it to him.
They didn't see him. Now Tyler finds him down to the low to Powell, and Powell going up for the shot is going to be fouled by Griggs. So he'll He'll go to the line for 2 opportunities, which could be good for the Lynx. However, it could be also good for the Tigers because he missed a pair the last time.
Yeah, hopefully he can just come away with at least 1 of 2 right here just to extend it to a 10-point lead.
84-75 in favor of the Lynx. Powell at the line. And the first one off the back iron and out. So interesting move there. Again, Powell not able to hit the free throw.
And he's just had a kind of a struggle from the line. He doesn't want to be that guy that's going to go here late because of how they're playing. But he knocks down the second one right there to extend it to a 10-point lead. So you just need to keep the pedal down right here.
The Lynx kind of pressured the inbounds just a little bit to get the clock rolling. Now the timeout taken by Olivet. I believe that could be one of their last ones remaining here in this one. 85-75, 48 seconds left to go in this one. And now Adam, 10-point lead here, 48 seconds to go. I want to say that it's a comfortable lead, but what do the Lynx have to do to reassure that it's a comfortable lead?
You know, they need to keep attacking their defense, and they're coming in with that trapping kind of press. You just get it across the half court, and as soon as they start trapping, find the open guy, find the guy that came off to trap, and then you need to just try to get the ball to the basket at that point because they're usually coming off of Julian Powell. So, find him and then let him just kind of go to work down there. They have no size in the game.
Now you have these Tigers are going to have a few more possessions here. We can both hear Coach Lepp yelling over there. He really wants them to finish this game off, and you can't blame them. I mean, from the way they played in the game the other day, they didn't finish when they needed to. We saw games earlier in the season where they didn't finish, where they had a 13, 14-point lead. I think Coach Lepp right here just says, hey, let's finish this game now.
Yeah, just finish it. Just put the dagger in their hearts, really. Just you got to get a stop right here and then get a bucket.
Tyler fell, but Content now with it, trying to drive to the rack. Denied, though, by Powell. In the hands of Johnson, but stolen away there by Smith, but ends up in the hands of Wright, who checked in, and now Latham Jr. fouled hard by Schauffele. Either way, he's going to send one of our better free throw shooters to the line.
Yeah, that's a little hard foul right there. That's. I mean, definitely he's just trying to foul him, definitely, but yeah, that's a little hard there. If you're Schauffele, it was borderline. He kind of got him around the neck. It seemed like kind of wrapped him there.
Almost looked like a football tackle there.
Yeah, it did kind of look like a football tackle.
Latham Jr., though, not frustrated by it as he knocks down the first one knocks down the first one right there. Tyler going to try to press the inbounds here. Latham Jr. now knocks them both down. 87-75 now as they get it in quickly. 32 seconds left to play. Shot clock and game clock separated by 5 as Schauffele takes the 3. No good. Griggs with the offensive rebound. Now the ball's loose on the floor. I believe it was last touched by... Well, I thought it was last touched by the Tigers as there was 2 going for it, but
there's
they do
2 going for it, and then maybe it's tipped out of bounds at last minute by Tyrone Wright. It didn't seem like there was much argument there, so maybe there was something we didn't see.
Tyler pokes that one away to Smith, but Content gets it. He takes the 3. No good. That ball's kicked out of bounds by Griggs, and this time it does go to the Lynx. Shot clock is turned off. 17 seconds remain. They just have to inbounds here. We'll see the Tigers if they have waved the white flag or if they're going to try to foul here real quick. 87-75, 15 seconds to go. They just got to get it across half court, and they do. Tyler standing right over here by us, man. C.J. Smith just going to have to let this one play out. 6 seconds remain here. Lynx just kind of dribbling this one out. It looks like they're going to win this one on the road here yet again by the final score of 87-75 here in this one. And once again, this is a Lynx team that dominated. They had to come back in that first half. They were down by 10 or 11. It seemed like it was all going the Tigers' way here in this one. But however, though, a big second half by this Lynx team, and they got the job done here today.
Yeah, definitely got the job done. I think they did exactly what they were trying to do coming in here. We wanted to run with their kind of poor transition defense. That's exactly what we did, and I think that's what this team really did to just put the pedal down, and really a big win here for us.
No, it is a huge win for us right here in this one, and I know we don't normally do player of the games. I know we do every now and then, but I got to go with Tyrone right here in this one. I mean, without him, I think this is a completely different ball game.
Yeah, without him, it's a completely different ball game. And also, L.J. Johnson is also a great pick here. He comes away with the big rebound pretty much, it seems, there at the end. And, he pretty much carried the scoring load for us at the beginning of the game because nothing really was falling for us.
No, you're exactly right. And even Powell stepped up in that second half as well. It just seems like it was a team effort in that second half. And if they can play like that more often, this is a team that's tough to beat. As we saw go on an 8-game winning streak just this entire month and into the new year. However, though, that does snap the Tigers' 6-game winning streak as well. So the Lynx get their snap. It's only nice to do it to somebody else as well.
Yeah, and one thing Lev said before the team got off the bus, he said start a new streak, and that's exactly what we did today with the win.
We did that exactly right. 87-75 was the final in that ball game. Again, that's going to do it all for us here in this one. The next game is going to be for the guys. They're actually going to be taking on LCU, the crosstown rivals, on Thursday. Again, that game will be broadcasted as well, but our next broadcast will be tomorrow night, 5:30. The women's basketball team will take on Crowley Ridge College here at the Jack D. Nutt Arena at 5:30. It seems like we haven't been on TV in a long time, but it will be on LCTV, so tune in for that live on Channel 5 in the Lincoln area. Again, download the Lincoln College LCTV app if you are not. It's a free app. No excuses. 87-75 was the final here at Olivet Nazarene. The Lynx back on the winning ways. He's Adam Hoffman. I'm Nick Jackson. Thank you, Vera, for board hopping for us, and we will see you guys back in Lincoln. You guys are listening to Lincoln College basketball right here on 89X.